pairing off with FMW. This match we're going to have on in the background was Shane and Tommy Dreamer for the ECW Heavyweight Championship. Although other matches on this tour intermingled the ECW roster with FMW talent.
Mm-hmm. I kind of remember this night because I kind of remember a couple of the spots, but I haven't watched it in a really long time. So it'll be fun to see it and reminisce.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but not in a while. I was actually looking for the Gato match because it's a little shorter, so I kind of wanted a smaller sample, and I thought it'd be interesting to see the Japanese talent versus, the guy Genes working each other.
Uh-huh.
But since this is long enough, we'll be able to just kind of chit-chat in between and talk about your experiences there, because I'm guessing that's the first time you went to Japan. Or was it one tour before?
I think it was the first time, because the second tour I was actually working with Tommy, and it was for a pay-per-view.
Gotcha. Okay.
And this one, I think it was just like house show kind of. We recorded stuff for our show back in the States.
Right. Which, yeah. And I think it was a commercial release, but I know it was in Japan. It was a big commercial release because that's the one you can find online. But I don't know if they put it on one of those compilation DVDs that ECW put out in the late 90s. ECW pioneered DVDs, literally one of the first wrestling shows on DVD.
I know they aired stuff on our hardcore TV.
Yeah.
I can't remember, somebody the other day said, "Oh, I just watched you in Japan on Instagram." And I'm like, "Where?" And he said, "Oh, a guy puts up clips. He's like an ECW, I forget what the Instagram thing is, but he always puts up different clips and like little movies and stuff." And it was when I was in Discord on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
So I switched over real quick, and it was us in Japan, and we did like an autograph not a Q&A, but an autograph signing. Mm. And it looked like there was just a million people there, and I didn't understand a word anybody was saying to me. And then one of the guys said something to me, and I looked at him like, "What the hell are you talking about?" It was funny because translation wise, I didn't know anything. And like a lot of those guys worked in Japan so many times that you pick up the language, you know, but it was my first time over there. I didn't know how to use my money. I had all this yen. And I think I might've said this story before. We would go to get food, and like, I was so scared to try like these different foods. So I would just always buy the tuna. Oh, I talked about it with Lance Hoyt when he was on. Yeah. I would buy the tuna with the seaweed and the rice. And didn't know the currency at all, but beautiful place to be. Absolutely beautiful. Now this trip, we actually got to sightsee. So we had a sponsor that took us around. And I remember being in the hotel room, and there's a knock at the door, and I'm in the shower, and I'm thinking it's like one of the boys or something. And I come to the door, and I open the door, and it's a father and his children. And he's got the autograph book, and he's got a cat, and he's going, "Oh, picture." And I no, I'm in a towel. No, you come back later. But that's what they did. There was always people in the hotel lobby waiting. And they would just come, they would give our room numbers out. They would come up to the room.
Oh, wow. Damn.
It was crazy. And, the language barrier. No, you come. And I literally would have to be like, when you talk slower, you think they'll understand, but it makes no sense because you're still saying the same words. Right. And I'm just like, you come back later. And the guy's looking at me, and the kids are just looking at me in this towel. And it was crazy.
Oh man, it's got to be so different now. It's got to be so different. You can put on your iPhone what you want to say, and it'll say it to them.
Yes, exactly. There's translators, but I didn't know anything. And like we got to go walk around Tokyo. Because I know when we went to the building, we had to get on a bus. Was it this trip or the last one? One of the times we had to get on a bus, and it took forever. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll stop talking.
No, it's fine. No, I just wanted to bring it up. You keep talking. You're on a bus. It took forever.
But I think it was on this trip, we might have had to take, get home ourselves. And I remember Shane, this is a great story. So Shane and I took a cab, right? We took a cab back to the hotel. But the problem with that is we didn't know the name of the hotel and we didn't know the street that it was on. So we literally drove around for I don't even know how long. And our driver didn't speak a word of English and we didn't have cell phones. So we couldn't get a hold of Sabu.
Oh man.
And I remember Shane screaming out the car window to a lady. She was pushing a stroller, and he starts talking to her, and then he takes a picture of her because I think we had a disposable camera, or he's going picture. It was so stupid, but we just drove around forever because we didn't know where our hotel was, and that's how dumb him and I were that day.
Oh my gosh! See, I'd be so intimidated by that.
It was scary because if I was by myself, I would have shit my pants. I literally, you're in another country, you don't know where you're going. But I mean, him and I were just in the back of this cab, and I don't know how we finally found it. I think we just kept driving, and it looked familiar, and we jumped out. But it took a long time to find our hotel, so we had no clue. And plus, Sabu got married. That's another tidbit. Sabu got married, so we got to go to the reception, and that was fun, you know. But the wedding was so different. There was no dancing, no DJ. Like we basically just sat around and talked because it wasn't like a traditional American wedding. It was a Japanese ceremony, so it was a very, very different. I don't even think I ate because the food was weird and it was just weird. But it was nice to be there for Sabu. So
yeah, that's very cool. And it says it on a lot of the things. It says Sabu's wedding / the ECW FMW tour.
Yeah, and I think we got on I want to say it was the Bullet Train.
Yeah,
and we went
I don't know.
The one day we went to the mall, and we were all in the elevator, and I remember I think it was Shane farted, and he got out, and it wasn't the right floor, but he got out because he farted, and the doors closed. And I remember I was with the Dudleys, and we just all looked at each other. We were like, "Good Lord," because we weren't the only ones in there, and it stunk so bad. So
that's great.
Okay.
So now, all right. So you guys have made your way to the ring. Tommy's already in the ring. Okay. Tommy comes out to Man in the Box, right? You guys come out to Welcome to the Jungle.
Well, that was Bam Bam's music. That was weird.
But it's just weird. It was Welcome to the Jungle. I was shocked. I was like, not expecting it because Tommy got Man in the Box.
I know.
You guys come out
Maybe they might have not had
maybe.
the song. He kept saying, "I'm Ichiban. I'm number one." I remember.
That's heat right there.
Yeah. Well, I think they like it.
Looking quite jacked. The franchise there, very much jacked at that stage. So now
he was letting his hair grow out.
Yeah,
and Tommy had hair there, so there you go.
Look at that. There's Tommy. Yeah, he's your baby face, folks.
He is.
Now the crowd.
Yes.
Quiet.
Completely different. This was difficult to work. Because I'm so used to feeding off of people, you know, and back then it was just so, I don't know if you can call it a respect factor, but they would be very, very quiet. And then you would hear, and you know, when I'm banging on the mat, I want them to clap with me, and they don't do that there at this point. It's also difficult.
You just slapped the ref.
Of course I did. You're trying to call spots and talk, and you're trying to be very quiet, but when you could hear a pin drop, they can hear it as well, the fans, you know what I mean? So it was just a different atmosphere to work in. I found it more difficult than to work in the United States for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because I mean, you can just see right now. I mean, this is the start of a championship match, and they're just sitting and they're watching, and you can hear every word they're saying.
Exactly. Plus, there was a time when I went around to the announcing table and I could hear them doing commentary, and I would hear Francine, and then you'd hear and I didn't know what they were saying, so I didn't know how to react. You know what I mean? I didn't know if it was a good thing, a bad thing. So it was just different.
So yeah, very different. And
but glad I went there. And again, injury, working with that broken wrist or arm that he had.
Yeah, he's got it's so heavily taped. That's what I was looking at. He's so taped up. He basically looks like he's wearing a boxing glove.
Right.
That's how taped up his hand is right now.
Right. You know, in the later part of his career in ECW, he was hurt a lot.
Yeah.
He had a lot of misfortune and just hurt a lot. So I was just happy that he did this, because I would have, you know, I missed Raw. I didn't want to miss Japan.
Right. Yeah.
So I was really glad that he was able to pull through and get this done.
I was actually, and for those who are watching Shane meticulously, just watch how he's using one side of his body to work.
Yep,
and
exactly.
You just saw that in the corner with Tommy, how he literally he turned his body to avoid any contact with his hand. And it's just, that's a smart worker right there, without a doubt. Now, it's funny you mentioned the Raw thing. I was actually considering, oh, now you're in the ring. Look at that. Early in the contest.
I lure all the men. I just lure them all.
To their doom. I was considering using that Raw, the 97 Raw, where ECW invaded Raw, just to get your take on what happened, even though I know you weren't there, just because it's such a pivotal point. But that's a great thing to bring up. You weren't at that one. You made sure you were at this one.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, screw me once, shame on you. Screw me twice, shame on me. I was like, Shane, we have to go to Japan. Come on, you can work through this. And he did. And Tommy's great with working around things. You know what I mean? Like we've worked together so often, the three of us here, that you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. So of course they can have a good match with Shane with a broken arm, no problem.
And you now using the arm as the you know, that's what they're going to work on. And Tommy's going to wear down. He's going to wear down the hand, and he already put him in an arm bar. So smart. But now here we are, you know, ECW style in the crowd.
Another thing here, there's no barriers. You know, there's no barricade. So you're
right there.
Just throw them right into the crowd. Yeah. And these people don't know what the hell. I love that referee. I can't remember his name, but he was awesome. Very fun to work with. And I didn't, half the time, I didn't know what the hell he was saying to me, but we communicated very well. It's a whole other world out there.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't really get into the Japanese stuff like FMW at that point. I mean, I saw your classic New Japan because, you know, you saw the clips of, like, you know, Terry Funk and Hulk Hogan and you know, all the guy jeans that were there in the 80s and 70s. I didn't get into, like, when Funk and Cactus Jack were in the exploding matches and the barbed wire and the you know, pit of death and all that crap. I never got into that. So when ECW did this team up, it was intriguing because here you go. Yes, they're brawling, but you got two guys who are going to put on a wrestling match amidst a lot of the chaos that this show had to offer. There's table, you know, craziness, and ECW and FMW, you know, they fit well together.
They did, yeah. And like I said, this particular match was for TV, but then we came back for an FMW pay-per-view. And I think the pay-per-view is the one I was only there for not even 36 hours, which was horrible.
That's insane. I can't even imagine what your body,
so horrible.
Your mind, your head, you know, like what that could possibly have felt like. Yeah. Now, how about this? Did they tell you any kind of like instructions for like, don't do X with this crowd, like any of the innuendo stuff? Did they say not to do that?
Not that I remember. No, I don't remember that. That's why, you know, I'm trying to, like, while I'm there, I'm trying to listen. Because if I lean over, my butt's going to hang out, and I'm trying to get a reaction, and it's like nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Am I not over here in Japan? But they just told me this is the way these people are. You know, I mean, we got a reaction when we came out because they clapped. Obviously,
here we go, Tommy. Look at that.
Yeah, this is the
right there.
I wish I could hear the pop of the coochie claw, because I think we swerved them so bad they didn't know what the hell was going on at that point. But yeah, it's just that's just the way.
The knee of Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, I'll do it again, I believe. But this time, next time I'll land on his hand, which was a great spot.
Yeah, no, this is I'm sorry, I'm getting lost watching it too. Now, the reason I said that about the innuendo is just because your entrance was a little tamer compared to some of the other ones where there's a little more gyration, there's a little more, ring rope action. It was just kind of, you guys got in, he said Ichiban, match starts. That's why I was asking if they maybe didn't want that.
I don't think so. I mean, not that I can't remember. I don't really believe that. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't feeling frisky that day. I don't know.
The sushi and the seaweed could possibly not act as an aphrodisiac.
No, well, the sushi seaweed thing was at the pay-per-view, and that's when I had the diarrhea and the vomiting.
Mrs. Mahoney?
This trip I didn't get sick. Yeah. And we went to oh God, it's the Japanese restaurant that everybody gets the jacket.
Oh, Ribera Steakhouse.
Yeah, we even went there. And I got a jacket, and it was just a cool trip. It was a fun trip.
Yeah, that's great. I love those jackets. I can say.
We got to sightsee a lot. That was what was nice about it. We got to look around. Like usually you just go somewhere and you see your hotel room and you see the airport. And this time we got to literally walk around and do things. Oh, I'm cheater.
No, you're just fixing your hair. That's all I saw. I just saw you fixing your hair. I didn't see any movement. See, oh, look at that. Look at the angling of the ref. Perfect.
Right.
How about the fact how wrestling's treated more like a sport there?
Cheater.
Did you feel that?
It was just, to me, like it was more respected. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It was a higher respect than the States. That's the way I thought. The way people talk about wrestling, especially we discussed it with all the dark side of the ring and all the, we just went over that list of people who were in jail. And it's frowned upon a lot, and people think that stupid people are involved in the sport and this and that. But when you go to Japan, it's like wrestling is looked at like your royalty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's important. It's an important thing out there. So yeah, it is different. So,
yeah. Did you see any of the shops, the wrestling based shops that they have in Japan? I mean, like they have literally where we would equate it to like a sports memorabilia store here. It's wall to wall wrestling magazines, gear, the action figures. Did you see anything like that?
Not really, because we just went to the mall.
Look at this. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah.
The ref would not turn around. He would not turn around. I kept saying, turn around. So there's a language barrier there for sure. That took a little too long. Oh,
yeah, that's
vagina.
Now you need a little. You need a little recoup, a little recovery there on the outside.
Right. That was a good spot, though. It was a fun spot. It always got a pop, but I can't hear, and I don't know if your volume's down.
No, I don't have the volume up. No,
okay,
not listening.
I think it did get a reaction because they,
You could see it did. You could see how they were moving a little bit more. Now, did Tommy and Shane and you talk about basically working a match you guys would have worked a million times before this, or did they have to switch it up a little bit because of it being in another country?
I don't think it was the other country factor. I think it was because
there's the chair.
Yeah.
The chair wouldn't work.
I'll handle this. I think it was because we were actually putting it on TV.
Yeah.
So we wanted to switch it up a little. We didn't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. Just make it a little more fresh for people who are consistently watching our program.
Now the tape skipped. It wasn't me. And you were holding the back of your head in the background. So I wonder if something happened when we weren't, we didn't see anything. The tape jumped. I didn't even touch anything.
Did I give you this tape?
No. This is on YouTube, but I could just see the tracking jumped, and then Shane went from being over in the corner to getting a pin, but you were holding the back of your head.
I don't remember. Maybe Tommy grabbed me or something. I don't remember.
Here's the chair spot. So the chair will not stay in the ropes where they want it.
Switch it up a little bit.
So they got to improvise, and then nope.
2 times.
Roll up. 2. No. Not gonna beat the franchise of the roll up, Tommy.
No.
Sorry. Not today or tomorrow. Oh, small package.
No,
Shane reversed the small package.
Happening?
Now Tommy's got the small package. Jeez. Look at these guys.
Yeah, we like the false finish. See, they're clapping.
Yeah, they're getting into it.
Yeah, they're clapping. But I noticed, like, if I watch stuff from Japan now, I notice it's a lot more laid back than it was 20 years ago. You know?
Yeah. Now here we go. Shane gonna get. There's the foot. The little things you see. He hits the Death Valley driver, the Spicoli driver, and Shane inches a little bit towards the ropes. Oh no! Get your hands off of her! Come on.
Really? What a heel! What a heel! I wasn't doing anything. Oh, he loves this stupid spot.
Not only did you get the coochie claw, but now you get the slap. Boom! Right to the face. Now he eats a title belt to the face.
Absolutely. Ooh, I'm
the
rubbing
franchise
my
gets to cover he kicks at it.
My bare butt is all over that ring apron. It's disgusting.
Yeah, this is. It looks like we're getting to the end here.
Yeah,
so we
finish
got
is coming.
Couple of minutes left.
Okay.
So is Paul at this show too?
No.
Oh, belly to belly. No Paul. Okay. Oh, look at that. I thought that was it. Belly to belly. I thought it was all over.
I think it was like me, these two, Sabu, Van Dam, the Dudleys. Fonzie.
So who's like policing you guys? Who's like the head? Sabu?
Sabu was behind all this. This was his deal.
So is Sabu like
he was the liaison between the two companies.
Is he a good liaison between the two companies?
Yeah.
Okay, he did good. Okay, I'm just asking.
Sure.
Now, how about he's ripping the tape off.
Yep.
Now it's loaded. Oh, right on the chair.
What were you going to say? How about what?
I was going to say, I'm not going to get into specifics, but I assume that a Japanese tour is quite lucrative as compared to a normal booking.
I was waiting for this. I did not get paid.
Oh, there's a fisherman suplex, and there's the victory for the franchise. They missed the chair. So you did not get paid?
I did not get paid for this tour. No.
Oof.
Or the next one, mind you.
Oof.
And it was pay-per-view. So, and that's not. I don't think it was Sabu's fault, but
sorry, you're selling the coochie claw.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So it wasn't. So, but were you under the impression of getting paid?
I was told I was getting paid.
Oh, that sucks.
Didn't get a dime. But the way I looked at it back then was I got to go to Japan.
Yeah, and sightsee.
Sightsee. My flight was taken care of. Hotel was taken care of. I just didn't get any money for it.
So your yen was not sponsor yen. It was that was Francine yen.
That was Francine yen. Yeah, that I had to transfer from my bank account.
That was Francine currency exchange yen.
Yeah. How dare you?
Oh, give us that title.
That is not your belt, jerk.